Good evening. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sean McNicholas, and I want to talk to you a bit tonight about the upcoming marriage referendum. As you are probably aware by now, on Friday next, the 22nd of May 2015, the people of this island will be asked to vote on whether or not people of the same sex should be permitted to marry each other on the island of Ireland. I am not LGBT, but I want to make a passionate plea on behalf of those who are. This debate has seen many fiercely debated topics on the different issues, including the right to marry, the right to have children, and the rights of children themselves. Firstly, this referendum is asking one simple question. Should two men or two women be permitted to marry? The answer to that question is an unequivocal yes. Two people of the same sex have as much right to be happy and as much right to express their love for each other as anyone else. When one LGBT person asks the other to declare their love legally, they ask the usual question, will you marry me? They do not ask, will you engage in civil partnership with me? I do not have a problem with civil partnership of any kind. But what I do have a problem with is the fact that many people who want to go further than civil marriage are not being allowed. That is wrong. Secondly, if you are one of the many undecided voters and are worried about the rights of children being affected, I ask you to consider these factors. Much of the focus has been about the rights of a child to have a mother and a father. That is a biological necessity, but not a right. It can be argued that a child deserves a mother and a father, but in my opinion, this is not always the case. What a child deserves is not a mother and a father. What a child deserves is the love, protection, and guidance of two people who would lay down their own lives for them. They deserve this from ages of 1, 6, 16, up to 61 if necessary, and they deserve it consistently. It is a fact that many children up and down this country are in situations which they don't deserve. Many of the No campaign have said that children don't deserve to be without a mother or a father. But I want you to consider this. There are many children up and down this country who have two parents who can't bear to look at each other. Many children in Ireland live in situations in which they have never met one parent because they don't care. And many children live in situations in which their parents are involved in such high levels of crime, high levels of alcohol, or high level of substance abuse that they hardly even recognise their children. A child does not deserve this. This is wrong. If there is anyone in this country that thinks that two people, irrespective of sexual orientation or gender, is not better than this, they simply do not have the best interests of the children at heart. Finally, one other issue I want to raise with you is this. This country has known its fair share of wars, destruction, and death. The War of Independence, many Irish people died because they refused to pretend to be something they were not. During the Troubles, many people died because they did not believe that their rights were being facilitated. In both cases, these were wars. And it is a fact that there are no winners in war. But it is important to remember that they were sons and daughters, grandchildren, siblings. They were loved by someone somewhere. In a similar way, the marriage equality and LGBT situation has been a war too. In an issue that very little, if anyone, has discussed or even raised since it started, many people have died in this war too. Many LGBT people have taken their own lives because they could not come out to an unaccepting Ireland, because they would lose their families, lose their jobs, and lose their livelihoods. They were also classed as second-class citizens, as they did not have equal rights to other sections of the community. It is important to note that many other LGBT people died for other reasons, without knowing the feeling of being accepted by society for who they were. These were sons and daughters, brothers and sisters. They were loved by someone, somewhere, too. So when you go to your local polling station on Friday, you can vote to allow their deaths to be in vain, or to make something positive from such a horrible event. If on Saturday, when the results are announced, and you have contributed to that, you can look at LGBT people walking by your window, hand in hand, arm in arm, and say, because of people like me, my rights are your rights, my freedom is your freedom, and my opportunities to succeed in today's Ireland are inextricably linked to yours. What you can vote on for 15 hours on Friday can never change the past, but it can change the future and make a better, more equal Ireland for everyone. I make this plea to you because I believe in happiness, I believe in equality, I believe in opportunities, and I also believe in love. And I want to encourage you to do the same. So please, go and vote yes, and make a new tomorrow for a new Ireland. Please feel free to forward this video to anyone who is undecided, or anyone who does not know why they're voting one way or another. Gurmíle Mágaibh.